What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of this Adidas Yeezy Knit Runner boot in the Sulfur colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Sole Savvy. Sole Savvy is a membership-based community of passionate sneakerheads that have a true love for sneakers. So in Sole Savvy, they give you all the tools, the resources, and the information you need to buy shoes at retail. And for someone like myself that has a very busy life juggling not only YouTube, my day job, and all other things I have going on, I find that Sole Savvy is extremely useful, giving me that central place to have all the information and the tools I need to be able to grab my shoes. So within Sole Savvy, they give you tools such as website monitors, add to cart links, training sessions for very high heat releases, a member-only web store that sells shoes for retail only, along with community-based events throughout North America. And most recently, they introduced what they call Sole Savvy Assist, which is a Chrome plugin that autofills your information, your credit card information, all that stuff, so that all that's left for you to do is click purchase. So if you guys are interested to learn more or to potentially join Sole Savvy, the links are down below in the description box. So back to these Yeezys, these dropped on November 13th for a very staggering $400 US or 500 Canadian dollars. The colorway for this shoe is Sulfur, and in simple terms, this is the boot version of the Yeezy Knit Runner that released earlier this year as well. And in typical Adidas Yeezy fashion, they continue to really push the boundaries of design, so it's not really a surprise that a lot of people either really hate this design or really love it as well. So diving straight into the details of this boot, so the bottom half is essentially the same as the Yeezy Knit Runner. So the entire upper of the bottom half is constructed out of this yellow colored knit material, which has a sort of a rough texture to it. However, when you compare the yellow shade on this boot to the OGs, you'll notice that the original Knit Runner is a little bit brighter and a little bit more vibrant compared to the more dull yellow tone on the boot. So this knit is overlaid on top of some foam padding, which is found throughout the boot. So the most prominent piece is visible on the forefoot, which is constructed in this shovel shape, and this entirely covers the front toe box. There's no foam padding in the middle of the shoe. However, on the back heel, there's another large foam piece, which helps to give this boot its shape. In the middle portion of this boot, we have this light yellow or tan colored knit, and it says here designed in USA, waterproof, and then on the back heel, it has the size of the boot, which in this case is a size 11 US. On the inside of the boot, which is kind of hard to take pictures of or show video of, but there is additional padding around this back Achilles area right here. And unlike the OG Knit Runner where the material was pretty thin, underneath the layer of knit on the boot version, there are additional layers for insulation and for warmth. So the upper portion of this boot, this is constructed out of a combination of textile and synthetic suede. So the textile here, which kind of has a feel of a very soft canvas, this is done in two tones, one in like a lighter gray, and the top one done in more of an olive color. And then towards the front, we have this strip of synthetic suede, which is done in more of a cream colored finish. In the center of the upper, this is constructed out of a gray colored nylon, and this wraps around and closes using Velcro. So the flap itself is slightly elastic, so if you're wearing really baggy pants or you just have really thick calves, it is adjustable and it should fit around your legs. And one thing to note is the entire upper of the shoe is waterproof. So I didn't do a in-depth test, I didn't step in snow or I didn't dunk this completely in water, but I dumped water across this, and in my short test, it seemed like the water just rolled off the upper. So this is definitely promising for someone that lives in Canada, where it does get pretty wet and slushy. So the upper of the boot sits atop this foam midsole, which is especially visible in the midfoot area of this shoe, where there's this line or indentation. So this is where the upper of the boot meets the midsole, and it's kind of tucked within, giving it this shape. And then taking out the insole, these come with a Yeezy and Ortholite co-branded insole, and the insole on this boot is much thicker than the insole found on the OG Runner. And if I turn the insole to the other side, you can see there's additional foam padding in certain targeted areas. So the bottom of the boot has this very rugged trail outsole. So this is constructed out of this yellowish colored rubber, and as you can see, the traction pattern is very aggressive, which looks promising for snow and for slush. And on the back heel, here we have visible Adidas branding. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this boot. For those wondering how these fit, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I would recommend going up a full size. So in my case, I got these in a size 11. So I'd say the sizing on the boot is pretty similar to the sizing on the originals. So if you watched my review of this one a while back, I got these in a 10.5 and they were still snug, and I felt like I could have went a full size to a size 11. So that's why I went with a size 11 for the boot version, and I figured if I'm gonna be wearing these in the winter, I might be wearing thicker socks, for example, so a size 11 might be the better bet, and I was proved right. So just to give you guys a point of comparison, I wear a 10.5 in most of my 350 V2s, along with the 700 V1 and the V3. And in comparison, I wear a size 10 in the 350 V1, the 700 V2, and the 750. So I would by no means recommend sticking true to size. You don't want to do that. And at minimum, you would want to go a half size up, but my overall recommendation is go a full size up. Next up, in terms of comfort, so these feel decently comfortable on feet. I'm not sure if the foam here is Boost or if it's just some sort of standard EVA foam, for example, but as far as a boot goes, it's actually pretty comfortable. The foam used on the shoe is somewhat responsive, and it definitely doesn't feel completely like a brick on feet. And then finally, from an overall quality and craftsmanship standpoint, so quality of materials, I felt it was pretty standard. Everything on this shoe felt pretty synthetic. However, the craftsmanship on this boot was pretty solid. I really had no issues and no visible flaws on my pair. So with all that being said, now let's toss these boots on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. In my opinion, I think that the boot version of the Sulfur colorway works better than the OG. I think there's more to it, and this chunky look just looks better on a boot as opposed to something that's worn in the summer. Still, I understand if this colorway is not for you. This yellow is pretty bold and loud and out there, and I think if they were to release this boot in more natural tones, then it'd probably be more appealing to the general masses. However, the price point is extremely high. For 400 USD or 500 Canadian, it is a tough pill to swallow, so I can totally understand if this is a straight pass for you guys. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Yeezy Knit Runner boot in the Sulfur colorway. What are your overall thoughts on the design? And if you're not feeling the colorway specifically, is this a boot that you would cop if they came out with the right colors? If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.